After this, the price definitely gotta go up. Yeah.
What you expect? Told you I wanted, I got it for less. Niggas be talking, I came to collect. Never forgiving, I never forget. Shaking my hand, but they feeling the threat. Take the advance, but I'll take the percent. Locked in the lab and you see the effects. They posting my stories and get some respect. What you expect? Everything about a check. See me take up on the jet. All your dreams I project.
Yo, this is episode 67 of the What You Expect podcast. This is your host, Dwa. I'm missing like 7 niggas today. I'm here with my co-host, Sarky, and frequent guest, Kara X. And my man, Dullah, finally pulled up. I had to get him on here before we get off Zoom. So this is going to be our last episode that we do on Zoom. We're probably going to take a couple of weeks off because I'm about to go on a life journey around the country.
Where are you going? To Mecca?
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going a lot of places. I'll be, in Florida a little bit. I'll be in North Carolina. I might go see Dullah in LA, go see my homie Danny in San Diego.
Niggas gone for a month.
I'll probably be gone for like three to 4 weeks, but I'll be back. Shout outs to John and Marcus. They've been rocking with us from the beginning. Shout outs to Kev, paying for the Zoom, making us do video too. We gotta shout anyone else out, Sarky. Oh, shout out to listeners too. You guys come every week.
Yes.
Anything else? Any more shout outs?
Nah, that's about it.
All right, claps to everybody. So Kara X, we two-time guest.
Right, I'm excited.
Wait, Marcus is coming on. Marcus is here. Oh wait, we got
Marcus here.
Marcus is here.
He's giving us rooftop vibes.
You said he's giving us rooftop vibes. There we go. But Kara, how you doing? Give your now people can actually see your face.
I know, right? I'm loving it. I can't wait till it's actually in person, so you can really get the full
aura.
The full aura that is, my life is Kara, aka my Pan-African princess, as noted.
Wow.
As of recent.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about your live with Dr. Umar. That shit was everywhere.
Can you do the claps drops for Umar right quick? Can we just thank you, yes, to the Pan-African prince.
How did that even come
back to
about?
her people?
How did you land that?
Well, basically, I was just on his live because my friends have been plotting, we need to get you on live with Umar. We need to get you on live with Umar. Multiple ones of my friends have been get on live with him. So then one morning I was up and my friend was like, oh, he's on live. Let's try. So then I'm just on live and I'm in the live and I'm like, add me. And then I just see you are now going live after Umar. I said,
oh, shit, all right.
Freaking go.
You had that nigga sweating and everything. That shit was funny.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, there was definitely some things that I had to talk to him about because literally I think 80% of the shit that he says is literally facts, does not miss. But then the other 20% is completely off the charts wild. So it was
what's crazy, Kara? I completely agree with you. But the thing is with black people, when they hear that 20%, they'll be like, everything else you're saying isn't real. This nigga be saying real shit. Send her back to her people.
No, he literally most of the stuff he says is so real. But even when he was at the end of the live was okay, well, if you want to facilitate a panel at the Pan-African Women's Conference, which honestly, so I feel we need to do this podcast at the Pan-African Women's Conference,
allow us there?
Huh?
Would they allow us there? Because I know
what you mean?
One time women were like, you guys have 7 niggas on here, y'all can't speak about anything women related on a podcast with 7 niggas. So we are a podcast full of men. So do you think they'll allow us?
Yeah. Well, look, at this point, this is about to be my leg of the conference. So yeah, it's going to be, I'm really trying to brand, Umar doesn't know. I'm about to brand this whole shit. He thinks it's one way. I'm about to have Common pulling up. It's about to be a whole event,
shit,
a whole experience.
The takeover.
But we just kind of jumped into it. Dullah, you want to say your what you do with yourself in life? Sorry, you got a little excited.
I'm just friends with Steven from college. I'm an actor, former engineer, former banker, done a lot. My @ is Dullah Allen on everything.
Yes.
And And Marcus, you came on late. I was saying how this is our last Zoom call. So if you want to say anything to the people, thank anybody before we get back to really podcasting. Is there anything you have to say? It looks like you just woke up.
Yeah, it's because I just did wake up. The time was a little late to joining you guys. But yeah, thanks for riding with us so far, guys. And yeah, we look forward to moving this over to YouTube and doing this live and away from Zoom for a little while. I know I am.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited for this vacation, Marcus? Because while I'm away, we're not gonna do this. We might maybe get some YouTube content, but
yeah, a little break would be good. Nice little refresh period would be nice for sure.
Copy. Well, fuck all the bullshit. Let's hop right into it. Today was a big day for people who have jobs and people who don't have jobs and people who rap. I still don't know who she is, but B.Simone said some shit.
Y'all gonna stop saying y'all don't know who B.Simone is.
I don't know who she is.
I truly did not know who she was. Like the first time I heard her, the first time I heard about her was because she made that little thing with the baby, like the little costume thing on Halloween. That's the first time I heard her. I don't know if she's like just hilarious or she's a comedian, but she doesn't seem like a comedian. She seems like a serious person. So I'm very confused. Is she a comedian? Is she like LLC Twitter? Like what is she, like who is she?
She's
Actually,
like
Kara,
an IG comedian, like out of Atlanta. I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's out of Atlanta. Because she used to be with Desi all the time, like when he needed a girl and stuff in her skits. So like I personally don't know like everything about B.Simone, but I'm not gonna be like, who is she? Like, okay, she's a girl.
You ain't know who she was either. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know she made a couple videos.
Yeah, at least I know she's like an IG.
Like, I'm not saying I don't know she's not. Like I know she's famous. I've seen her face before, but I don't know what's her claim to fame. Like one day she said she made $1 million, and I was like, damn, what am I doing? Like what? She's selling flat tummy teas? Like what is it?
No, I think she I don't know. People were joking, and the thing that got me on Twitter about the B.Simone thing, even though there were so many layers to this, but first people were like joking about how when she's like sending out shipping labels and stuff, I'm like, okay, so now people can't sell shit. I'm like, y'all, it's just like.
But yes, John's not here, Sarky. So do you want to tell it? Like I feel like I'm not the storyteller guy. Do you know? Are you abreast?
I don't know much about it. All I did was
I can say it if you want.
Tory Lanez responded to some 9 to 5
All right, actually,
shit.
Kara, can you give us the background? What's going on?
So the background was today, or I think it maybe surfaced yesterday, but she was on. I don't know exactly what show it is with Nick Cannon, and there was a little snippet where she just says how. They're talking about, I guess, a guy that she would like to date, and she just says, oh, I can't date like a 9 to 5 guy. I need him to be like a hustler, or like he could be an entrepreneur, like a CEO, because like they're just not gonna understand like why I'm up at 3 a.m. doing this, and this, or like things like that. Like nowhere in the thing was the word money mentioned. Nowhere in there did she say
exactly
if you have a 9 to 5, you're broke. Like
it's insinuated a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like
she doubled down and then insinuated. At first, she did not insinuate it.
Yeah. So the second video was different. So my tweets and everything were when the first video just came. The first video when she was just saying like lifestyle situations, because if you're laying next to a man, I gotta be up at like 8 a.m. to go to work, and you're up at 3, like. Dudes find a lot of reasons to just be like mad at shit, whatever. So I could definitely see where she's coming from. But like people, then they just go with, oh, she thinks people working 9 to 5 don't have any money. Like I'm pretty sure that she knows that like you can work from 9 to 5 and not be poor. Like I have a very 9 to 5 ass job, and I did not think that
lawyers,
calling me
bankers.
broke.
There's a lot of salary jobs that make money, so that's why I didn't think she was saying money. But she kind of
because it's like
she doubled down on it, talking about how like she needs an entrepreneur because he could level her up. And I was like, a nigga could be an investment banker and make way more money than you. Donald Trump was a 9 to 5 nigga, and then he broke off and did his own crazy shit. But like he was rich before all the crazy shit. What's it called? The Epstein guy that I was just watching. I don't want to mention him, but he was he was a 9 to 5 nigga too. And I was like, yo, how is this nigga already a millionaire and he has a boss? Like I thought that was crazy. Yeah. But
you can level up. That's my question. What does she mean by level up?
To me, I thought she was like, when she said it, I was like, oh, maybe she means like introduce her to a new lifestyle. Yeah. But the thing is like, so are you only going to be dating like rich white men who are these CEOs of these big companies? Or are you going to
black men have money though. There's look at Cash Doll Man. Look at Cash Doll Man.
Who's Cash Doll's man? See?
Yeah.
Is that who got Cash Doll pregnant? Because she just popped up pregnant and I was very confused.
No, that was the April Fool's joke. Cash Doll not pregnant.
Oh, she isn't? Oh, shit. I
No,
thought
like
she was
back
pregnant.
on April. No, Cash Doll was not pregnant. Well, yeah, Cash Doll's man. I mean, of course, people of course say that it's her sugar daddy per se or whatever, but because he's what some would say unconventionally attractive. He's a little heavier set. Little might be an understatement, but he does have a lot of money, and so it's like it's not necessarily you need some like random rich white man like. And it was just kind of just to me, it was just people were going in like oh, she got money now she's just act like she'll forget where she came from. I'm like, y'all forget that normal guys are just weird, sometimes controlling. Like I've seen like, and people were like, if you have to date a guy who is policing your bedtime, that's the wrong person for you. I'm like, I've seen men just get upset that their girl's going on a date with their girlfriends. Like, oh, when do you come? Like, so it's just like for her to say that, like, yeah, maybe this guy who has a certain set schedule, if problems could arise, like to me, it wasn't like that far-fetched.
So I agree with you, and we spoke about this on the podcast before, where I was like, speaking about a friend of mine who had to end his relationship because he's a 9-to-5 nigga. I think. I mean, yeah, he is a 9-to-5, but he also has other ventures.
What does he do?
He has a 9-to-5, but he has money. He has money, whatever. He has money, but he was dating a woman in the entertainment.
He's single. It's like, let me stop.
He is single. He was dating a woman in the entertainment industry, and he was like, "Yo, I be trying to go to sleep at 12 on a Thursday. She's ready to go out. Like, our lifestyles don't match." And
exactly.
I was like, "Oh, okay." That's why I was backing her, because I was like, "Yo, I understand that. Like, I'm not trying to go out with you on Tuesday night. I need to go to sleep. I gotta wake up at 8.
Plus, you don't know what she's up to either. I'm just at that, because women be on some shit. So.
You don't know what a woman is up to when she goes to the grocery store at a stay-at-home mom. You don't know what a woman's up to when she's.
Well, I know what she's gonna be hit with when she's going out to the nightclub Thursday night. Though I know what's going on.
You know the life,
but that's the thing.
When you're not
it's
there.
About like B.Simone makes her money from being out, from being a personality, like literally from being that type of person, and she's just up and getting that. So to think that like she can just not go and do certain appearances and do these certain things, like be on camera.
I have a question for you. So since I'm not saying you're trying to be B.Simone, but you're building your personal brand. So it's like, are you dead in 9-to-5 niggas when you get to a certain level, or have you already dead in 9-to-5 niggas? Like, what is it?
No, it's like,
did you get that bag yet?
Like,
did you get that?
Wait, what'd you say?
And did you get the bag yet?
No bag. No bag. My birthday's June 24th, and there's not even like a prospect in sight.
June birthday. So, going crazy this month.
Yeah, June, Cancer babies. But no, I mean, even like for me, like trying to build a personal brand, but like literally still having a 9-to-5. Like I've been at work all week. Like last week too, like I work in a laboratory, like there's literally no more 9-to-5. I can't even work at home, like type of situation. But it's not a type of deadish situation, but it's just like, I already know guys have a preconceived notion of me, like, oh, I can't like date this said person because she's like this person on the internet or just like that. Or like, there's just certain things that I already know men are so judgmental for when they're looking for like a partner, that like the person that I think that I would have to date, I already know off rip, like could not be some insecure person that like they could be a doctor, like that's cool, but like everything is political. Like even if I'm dating a doctor, like those people, that environment, like those charity dinners, like all of those things are all things that men are gonna think about when they're choosing a partner. Like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. So it's like
I don't think
that's like
you could talk, Dullah.
That's like changing the whole thing. Then it's not a 9-to-5 thing. It's a mindset thing. You know what I mean? Like the.
But she thinks the mindset goes with the 9-to-5, which I could see why she would think.
Yeah, because a lot of times, when you're working in a 9-to-5 space, I mean, unless you're, are blessed enough to not even, you can even if you're black on 9-to-5, there's still a lot of times, I mean, depending on what your field is, there's level of professionalism that's supposed to be maintained throughout, the job, especially when you start getting up there and like VP statuses. Like you can literally Google VPs or like the VP of HR of like, not even like Coca-Cola, like just like mid-level companies, they're still in the news, they're still talked about, there's still a level of professionalism. Your family is always being watched when you're involved in like certain situations like that. And she's on the internet gagging and joking about sucking dick, which not saying it's bad, but like that's her, like there's not some people that be like, oh, I'm gonna judge you because of that, when we all know it's comedy, certain situations. So I think it's just like different. Like you know, and what she's getting into. But I mean, she got the bag. I know I saw her millionaire, you know, video. It was something to, you know.
But anyone could say they're a millionaire. Y'all actually believe she got an M?
Yeah, I definitely do. Did you not see the girl who made $1 million in like 5 minutes selling fucking essential oils? Which shout out to Moon Cosmetics because I support Black businesses, but it's literally not that, like, especially when it comes to like, I feel like also people don't really realize what having like a million plus followers on Instagram really means. Like, I know early people think it doesn't really mean anything, but like there's a reason why brands and things are paying people with millions of followers how much did they pay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just for anything anymore. Like,
has any brands come to you with a bag yet, Kara? Can we talk?
No, I don't even have 10. I'm almost at 10K on Instagram, but they haven't given me.
We got to get you to 10K.
Yo, we need to get you to 10K, and we need to get you this bag. Like, come on, Kara X.
My birthday, right? My birthday.
Like,
so
I'm about to get this all going tonight. Like, somebody just retweet it because you got followers now. And I know the niggas probably already been in the DMs telling them I'm not responding if I don't get a bag.
It's not just that, but it is interesting.
The Broco's promo team for sure.
But I have been like working, like I've been like, you know, gathering my analytics and stuff, like my Twitter analytics. Like I literally got like 53 million impressions on my Twitter account for the May 2020. Like before that was like 32 million. Like I've been putting all that together because like for my birthday, I'm going to Palm Springs for like a couple of days. Definitely secured a nice little influencer house. So I'm trying to write some things for some brands because at least if I can't get all the alcohol paid for, I would like to, you know, do my marketing about, hey, you're lacking in this demographic of minorities in your sales. Like, this is my demographic. Like, you can use me to try. Like, Black people are not buying like this one type of vodka. Like, okay, give it to me so I can, you know, make Black people buy this shit. Is the type of time that I'm.
There's definitely the time for that.
Yeah,
they're gonna give
definitely.
us opportunity now. So yeah.
So I'm Black as fuck. Yeah, use me before I expose y'all. So blackmailing brands over here, bro.
That's funny as hell. Sorry, you said you had some more questions for Kara before I ask this question that Dullah's gonna start laughing at. That Kev put in that. I mean, actually, I think you wrote it. Yeah, you wrote it.
Nah, I'm good.
Yo, so me and Ty were reading the list, right? And I was dying because I was like, damn, this is funny as hell that Dullah is here. And what is it? It is have you ever had a piece that was that smelled bad? And like, how did you deal with it? And I was like, Dullah's gonna laugh at this because I have a specific situation.
Me too.
I remember too.
It was the most traumatic experience of my life. And because is it the same thing with niggas? Like, have you ever dealt with a nigga that he stinks? Like super bad and not like, and it's not even like the stink where it's like, oh, just take a shower. It's like, this is concerning. Like, what's going on?
What's good?
Do you guys have any stories, any situations?
You have the story though.
I have the craziest story from college, Penn State. I was messing with some chick from Subway, and
sorry.
Yo, I swear her box. Yeah, her box smelled like a tuna melt sandwich, bro. It was so bad. Like, I had to open up the windows to my crib. I didn't know how to tell her. I was kind of like, smells kind of crazy in here, right? And she was not getting it, bro. So I had to ask all my homegirls how to tell her. They just said, yo, just tell her plume stinks. I couldn't do it. Killed one more time, cut her off after.
So you had
to. Is she a non-African?
Yeah, she's non-African.
Wait.
She's black.
I fucking knew.
No, she was black. She was
She's
non-African.
Yeah, you got to be clear with that because she's black.
You're talking about African and Umar.
Because at first when you said Penn State, I said, oh, I know how y'all say Kwan grew up there.
But my story was there was this girl. This was also in college. There was this girl, me, Dullah. Shout outs to Norm. He lived with us, and I had this girl come over, and she was probably like 2 years younger than us. We were seniors, so she was probably like sophomore, junior. But she's cuffed now too, so clearly her man is fine with it. But she came to the crib. Bro. I hit, but I was like, something ain't right about this. My whole room stunk, like my whole room. I had to open the windows up, and when she left, I was yelling at Dullah. I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this? Like, what should I do? Should I tell her? I never hit again. That's like one of the few
Yeah,
Right.
I'm nasty. I hit again like 2 more times.
Sick.
She had a fat ass.
For the second time, her ass is fat.
Her ass is fat.
Yeah.
I had to.
Reason for everything. Literally the reason for everything.
I had
Everything.
to.
What about you, Dullah Marcus? Marcus, what's your shirt say?
Make racist afraid again.
This nigga still sleepy?
Yeah. Yo, Marcus, you can tap out, bro. Like, everyone's taking PTO right now.
I just stepped away just to get a frap
space.
right now. Oh wow. No, I just stepped away to get a frap, so I'll be good now.
You got a frap. You got Starbucks in the crib. Talk about money.
Money team.
But Dullah, Marcus, you guys got any stories related to that?
They smelly box stories. Nah, nothing. I mean, all right. So yeah, there was a
non. I was gonna say every nigga got one.
Yeah, I was listening with a non-African, non-black girl who was a little unfresh down there. But it really didn't really bother me the first time around. I was just like, I kind of noticed. I was like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but you know, it's whatever. It's whatever time. What time it is. And the second time around, it kind of caught up to me. I was like, oh, wait, this is consistent. The consistency there really kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, this still smells pretty bad. So I didn't, not hit the second time. Because, like, you're already there. It's like, it just kind of hits you.
Yeah,
like,
we're all nasty niggas for running it back.
Yeah, once you're there, it's like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
You can always shower, right?
You can always shower.
Nah, man. I'll never forget that moment. Like, that's why when I read it, I was like, yo, Dullah's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. I was traumatized.
So, Kara, you never mess with smelly niggas before?
I traumatized.
So that smelly niggas, I want to talk about, I don't understand niggas with, like, the crack nail in 2020. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Especially in New York.
What's the crack nail?
Niggas, their nails are, like, out to here.
Oh, that shit.
And I was just like, it was very new to me. That's a very new thing that I'm finding. Like,
oh, okay.
So
I've never noticed that. I don't be looking at niggas' hands, but that I guess
they're out there in New York, and I was just like, I guess it's how you can tell.
Wait, so what are the biggest turnoffs for you? Like, where you're like, this is a dub, other than him having a 9 to 5?
I've never said that. I've never said that. Don't put that narrative out there. Because honestly, like, I was even about to tweet. I was just like, so if I tweet that, like, I want a man in STEM, does that mean that I'm insinuating that I think men that aren't in STEM, like, don't make any money? Like, no, I'm not stupid. Like, you could be a marketing exec and make $500,000 a year. Like, but because I said I want a man in STEM, that I'm like, oh, like, but anyways, that was the whole thing. But I don't know, turnoffs. I just all of them. I don't even know. Like, it's been quiet.
All of them?
It sounds like it's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a while for you.
Oh, it's been a while. What?
No, he said has it been a while?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
You didn't have a quarantine, boo, Kara?
No. Last time we potted, I had no quarantine.
It's the evil world we live in.
This time we potted, no quarantine, boo.
Me either. Crazy. I've been clean 4 months.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
4. Because I was good.
Last time we were on here, you had some type of boo.
Nah. Nothing else killing. I'm good.
I'll be erasing hoes that easily. Like, Men in Black, that shit. Like,
honestly, this could be a topic. Someone said that to me recently, that like I'd be like all into a chick and then I'll like completely erase her from my memory. Do you guys do that, or is that just a me thing?
You mean the girl with the purse in the story?
Yo, don't bring that up. I didn't even know, like, that kind of got me in trouble, but yeah.
That shit so quick. I said, oh, we're on a date. Cute.
But yes, no, you guys keep over.
Oh, dating people? Oh, I got ghosted over quarantine. I was so sad.
What does ghosting mean to you?
Like, if you, like, I literally tweeted this. I said, I'd rather you call me Oompa Loompa body ass bitch than just never talk to me ever again. Like, and not tell me.
Like, give a reason, yeah.
Yeah, like.
Why? What does that make you feel?
And it's crazy because niggas are out here just not even hitting and quitting it. They're just quitting it. Like, streets are fucking done. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, like, I'm upset. Like, I'm literally like, really? Like, I'm offended.
Why don't you want to hit? Yeah. Nah, that sounds kind of crazy. I didn't know niggas were doing that.
Niggas are doing that.
Can I have my nudes back, like, or something? Like, I was upset.
Yeah, you're going for the wrong. You're doing this wrong.
Yeah, you should not be sending the nudes.
Not be sending out the news, no.
But it's like different. Like
you
it was
should be
like
sending the
different,
news
like,
after.
No,
That's
but
cool.
different.
Yeah.
Like no, but like you just. I have you. You guys don't really have titties. Like sometimes I really just like look really good. I'm like, damn, somebody need to see this.
Archive them joints.
It was just one of those.
Send it to an old nigga. Send it to an old nigga. Tell him, be like, I know you miss me. Before you send it to a nigga.
That never happens. The word is quiet for all.
Damn.
I don't have that like I don't have that like cycle thing. Like I will never like I've never gone back to like something that ended. Like
You never ran it back? Oh, damn. That's kind of crazy. Niggas do that all the time.
Yo, Kara, you're an anomaly. Like truthfully, like no bag.
I'm a one of a kind.
No running back. Like
no bag.
No running back. Like, I
Cycles.
don't get it.
I don't know. I think it's because I literally people like can tell me like I literally be like I'm like a lovey-dovey ass. Like I'm not even like I really be like full y'all like writing letters like not all the time, but like I be deep in there, huh?
You be writing them, like mailing, like going to the post
I tweeted it the other day because it was a topic on the TL and I was like, this is actually hilarious now because it's like from 4 years ago, but yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yo, it's so funny.
Keeping
like
all your letters?
Oh yeah. Do you keep them?
You be keeping all your letters?
No, I took a picture of it though. It's hilarious. It's actually hilarious.
Do they send you letters back or?
No, so the person that I wrote the letter for was a boyfriend at the time, even though I never had been in a relationship, but I guess I had one time. But like I went to go to his house, his apartment.
You've never been in a relationship? Like what's going on?
I don't really like. I feel like if it was under 21, does it really exist?
That counts.
Like,
no, that counts.
It does. Okay. Well,
that counts for sure.
So I went to go give the letter to him, but he didn't take it. So I never read it.
What you do to him? You talk to his friend?
No, he just broke up with me because, oh my gosh, everything's coming full circle. He literally told me, he was like, I just can't do your lifestyle.
Why?
You was wild back then?
I saw the video of Kara dancing on the couch when she was talking about the Umar shit.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, I can't deal with this.
It wasn't again. I mean, it was more so like I had internships every summer. Like I was having like like I was working. Like they were like smoking weed. Like it was kind of like I was ambitious. It was a lot going on. It wasn't really a lot going on. So it was
but hood niggas love ambitious women because they like so they can drive their cars.
But
somebody's got to be.
I'm not gonna lie. I do need a nigga who's gonna call me his Michelle Obama moving forward.
Like literally, there's like a running joke about how like hood niggas are always driving AKA's cars. Like it's like a serious thing.
Optimus.
All of them. Like it's a running joke, but it's definitely facts. If you go to DC, I've never seen a woman driving a car with an AKA tag on it. It's always a hood nigga. But
that's actually
not
funny.
that tired trope.
I have a question for y'all. Do you guys think there's like certain people who are just like built to be married, like man or woman?
Oh my gosh.
Where you just meet them and you're just like, yo, this is a wife right here. And I thought
don't
about
like
this.
the word built.
Why don't you like built?
It
doesn't make you shape.
It has like a bad connotation to it. I think raised is the better. Like a lot of African.
That sounds like built. That sounds like built.
Raised and built sound the same.
Sounds the same. Yeah, and definitely
raised looking sounds worse. I was bred for this.
There's definitely a thing with African women for sure. Like, and I'm talking about like not African women who have the American influence, but if you meet like women straight from like Africa, they definitely are built for it. Like they treat you
right, submissive, treat you good.
Yeah, like way different than an American piece.
Yeah, Black American piece is different.
Oh.
What was said about ADOS? What was said about ADOS?
Excuse me?
Who?
African descendants of slaves, for don't have the analogy.
Oh.
But
I never heard that one.
I'm gonna start using this. You said Kara X is wilding out here.
Is that an Umarism? Like,
but so you have to So you have to just be bred to be submissive to a man. That means that you're built for marriage. Let's talk about it, because
no, we're not talking about submissive. We're just talking about marriage.
We can talk about it, but like there's certain people who like for example, I know a woman. The reason why I even thought about that topic is I know a woman who is married, and like all she does now is post shit about her relationship. She be and she doesn't, and it's not even for a brand either. Like this is just literally her life. She posts shit about her relationship. She posts all the shit she made for her husband. She posts like literally like what she like she's HGTV and the Food Network at the same time. And I'm like, yo, I like she had a boyfriend before that, long term. And I was like, yo, I knew this was what you would be. Like I knew this, like I knew it. But there's certain women, it's just like, I'm not gonna say if they got married, I'd be like, damn, really? Like I can't see you living that kind of lifestyle. And I don't know if that's the same way with men. But
no.
I know with women, there's like, definitely like,
I'm trying to think of who's a good. I mean, it depends. What does she do? Does she do anything?
She has a job.
Huh?
She's 9 to 5. This woman who I'm speaking of.
I mean, but like, what is it though?
Probably something in business related. Probably something in operations. Nothing like crazy, but she has a 9 to 5.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. I mean, if it's like if you just got married and like you have a fun husband and like y'all are in love, like hell yeah, you're gonna post. Because I feel like I've seen dudes get married and like, oh my girlfriend and me and my fucking girlfriend and I just had a fucking baby. Like my loneliness jumping out right there.
He got to do that.
That sounds very personal.
Yeah, it sounds very personal.
Oh yeah, Kara. Yeah. Like, was the nigga with the letter had a kid?
So many people like go like 30, huh?
I said that the nigga who had the letter, did he have a kid on you or something?
No.
Was he the man that did?
They're still very much unhappy.
I mean, niggas could be unhappy with a kid. A lot of niggas are.
A lot of people are unhappy with a kid.
Definitely a part of the culture. Dang, I don't know where was I at.
But no, I think it just depends who you are. Because I've seen girls who people would be like, oh my God, she goes out all the time, and then like gets married and is like all in the house all the time. Because it's like, what other things would you do? You know what I mean?
So, since we're talking about your last relationship, Kara, a question for everybody is, where's the worst place you've ever been broken up with or broken up with somebody?
That's a good
one. And I was just trying to think about that. I don't like.
I've only been in one relationship.
So was the breakup? Was the honestly, Kara, like when you tell me about this letter, it reminds me of ATL when T.I. takes Shorty's chain necklace. So,
no, it was bad. I almost collapsed in the apartment because I was so sad.
That's crazy.
I lost 30 pounds.
Damn.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it was it was a bad, like for me, like I literally was like not eating, like
Yo, you know what's so funny about that? So me and my friend who I was speaking about earlier, he was at my house yesterday, and he was saying like, there's nothing. I can't say his name because
there's no better diet plan than heartbreak.
I really knew it was him too.
But he was saying how like, yo, there's not like. It was me, him, and my sisters. We were all just kicking it. And he was like, "Yo, at any time you can turn a nigga into a serial killer or make a nigga lose 50 pounds because niggas don't know how to deal with heartbreak." And I was like, "Damn, is that the case?" Like, because you know how I always make the joke that niggas be holding on to their peace from like high school. But he was saying that, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to remember like those times in college where like a nigga's girl would leave him and he wouldn't ball for like 3 months. Like he'd be sad as hell. Just like, yo, move on. We're 20.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like y'all are so heartless nowadays.
It might be like a sense of control.
Control?
Like, you know how you feel like you're in control. Like you're like, all right, we're in this relationship unless I want to break up with her. And then she ends it. And then you're like, shit, I had no control over this. And then you don't know what to do.
Control. That's a good point.
Dullah's plotting on something.
Wait, but no one answered this though. None of y'all been broken up with somewhere awkward, like at a park. I don't know, like at a party. Shit, I don't know.
I mean, I've lost pieces. I've never been broken up in a bad place or broken up with anyone in a bad place in the relationships that I count. But I've definitely had situations where like I knew I was never gonna hit it again. Those are better stories. Yeah. Like I've had drinks thrown on me.
You've had drinks thrown on you.
Yeah. It's because I be eye to eye with that they always think that they can hit me. Like I swear to God.
What did you do? I've never ever assaulted or battered a man before in my life.
I don't know what it is. Like I
feel about that.
You're still young.
Nah, the younger ones be the ones that.
The younger ones are the ones with the prefrontal lobe. Yeah. No, I'm not.
The older one, like I've never been hit by a woman who's over 25.
Yeah, she's only 23.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like
24, she got a year. She's not gonna hit nobody.
Yeah, I'm not
sure. The way she's moving.
The way she's moving, she's
somebody would hit me. Just kidding. No, I don't condone
whoa. Yeah, we don't condone that.
It was a joke.
That's what you're into.
Or is that what is that like a thing for you? That's actually a thing.
Yeah. It was just a joke, y'all. It's okay. Snowflake pod.
Was that again, Sarky?
I said, have y'all ever been broken up with on vacation? That happened to me. And then you got to spend the rest of the vacation with her. That shit is the fucking worst.
How did that happen? I'll tell you what that happened. That's
because we had an ill ass argument, and then it was just over, and I was like, "Fuck, we got like 4 days left." Yeah. And then there was just mad silence, like trying to do activities together because we already paid for this shit.
So I've been on vacation with an ex-girlfriend before. So it wasn't
was
like
your ex before the
vacation?
Like
it was just like fuck it, we still about to go on this vacation.
Oh, that's wild. I couldn't do that.
So I've done that before, but like it was cool. Is that like I like you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't argue. But
only you, man.
But the thing is, me and all my ex-girlfriends are cool. Like
I don't know how you do that.
Like we have no problems. Like I feel like none of them would say anything bad about me. The people who say things bad about me, which there's a lot of people, for whatever reason. Men and women, people is I have either you're gonna like me, you're gonna love me, or you're gonna hate me personality. So it is what it is. But the women who say bad things about me, there's probably more than my exes were all cool. Even my high school the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Is she trying to kill me, or did she just break up with her husband? Like, what the hell is going on?"
I was thinking.
All my pieces hate me. I don't know why either.
I know why.
You know why.
How many relationships have you been in?
I haven't been in that many relationships. I've just dated a lot of women.
Date means like what? Like,
see, that's what I'm saying.
Exclusively? Like, how many people have you dated exclusively?
Oh, like that's a relationship if I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So that's only 2, 3.
Yeah, I've said 3.
Yeah, 2 to 3. 3 max. 2 really count. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay, so honestly, dating just means like friends with, or like I don't even know.
Yeah, it's basically friends with benefits. Like we going out, we having fun.
Nah, dating is different than friends with benefits, bro. Like dating is like we're spending serious time with each other, and it just it might fall into just being friends with benefits, but at a certain point in that relationship, y'all thought it could have went to something, or one of y'all thought at least.
Yeah, one of y'all, definitely not both of y'all.
So I have a quick question for the great men on this podcast. So someone brought this up and we were talking about this, and I want to see if you guys think it's true that like men don't date women thinking that they're going to marry them, like thinking that they're learned or will figure out that they want to marry him. They date women knowing that like I'm going to marry that person.
I agree with that. Big time.
I've never dated a piece that I was like, I'm going to marry her.
I don't know if this is what you're saying, but like, there's definitely girls who I know like within a month, I'm like, I'm dating you to marry you, or it's like there's no in between on it. Like this.
Shut up! You're lying.
No, I'm not.
For real, for real.
I'm not. I'm literally
marry, bro. After a month.
No,
I don't necessarily mean you're gonna go buy a ring.
It's literally intentional. It's like, yo, I know this could be something, and then there's women where you're just like, yo, I might rock this out for 3 years, but I know there's no intention of ever marrying this.
Okay, all right, I see what you mean. That's true. I
think all men will group a woman into that quickly too. Like, and it'll be, and once they group them, it's a dub for that woman to really change that perception of her. Because you can even tell how niggas approach certain women. Like, there could be a woman who looks a certain way, or you have a certain perception of how she is, and you're not going to ever really change your intentions. I know niggas always say they don't have intentions, but niggas know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, niggas know.
All right. In terms of intentions, yeah, I agree. Niggas know. I've just never thought like.
Because I feel like it hasn't happened yet. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it hasn't happened yet.
You don't think about marriage like that, like you personally, like you're just like, that's just not in your thought. But even when I was younger, I was like, yo, this could be a wife. And you treat her way different than you would someone else.
Oh, yeah. There's respect levels you associate with different girls.
And that's literally because you've had that thought in your head.
Yeah, like some girls, you'd be like, you'd be like, I'm not going to introduce her to anybody really. She's just going to be there around. We're going to hang out for a while. She's fun, but like not going further than that. But like my last situation, I was like, yeah, this will probably be it. So like things kind of sped up, introducing, you know what I mean? Thought that. And then you get farther enough and you're like, shit, maybe I wasn't right. And then relationship over.
Yep. See, but at least you made that step and that effort to see that it didn't work out and see it didn't see through, but at least, had that experience.
So, Kara, is this why women always ask that question, like, what are we or what are we doing? I just saw in the last episode of Insecure, Issa was asking Lawrence that, like,
exactly.
Is that why?
Yeah, niggas be I think so. Especially on my type of mindset, like even like especially on my type of mindset, like even I know y'all say like, oh, I'm so young, I'm 0.3, mm-hmm. But like there's no reason for me to do certain things like me, like because also when you talk to me, like I put niggas up on game, not just on like any game, but I'm smart, I read, I like my time is valuable type of situation. Not even just like, mm-hmm. Take me on a date. Like, I'm not gonna just talk to you, like say the things I want to say. Like, it's a lot to pour out into somebody for no fucking reason. Like, it's just so much. That's so true. It's like, what's even the reason? So I think.
Yo, can I say something to you, Kara? And I don't want to be offensive. So like what I was talking about, how you initially have thoughts. And this is kind of like true to what I'm dealing with in my own personal life. But when you meet certain people and they have certain type of personalities and they live a certain type of lifestyle, you can group them into a certain way. So a nigga could meet you and be like, she does this, this, and this. And then, y'all spend one-on-one time together. And then she'd be like, damn, this is like, you're way different than what I thought. I have a situation right now where it's like, I couldn't believe how laid back somebody was. But like she'd be outside, like she'd be doing this. She's a bartender. Like I'd be like, oh, I can't believe you're way different than what I thought. But the thing is, if you don't have that switch real quick with a nigga, you'll always see that initial like, turn up Kara before, I'm chilling Kara, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that really happens to me all the time, like so much. But like at this point, like, but sometimes I look at it, it's like, I'm not going to be 40 years old and not be able to be the person that I am and then be depressed and then try and fucking like, I don't know, OD on like wine and painkiller and Xanax. Like even like the person that I am is gonna like transcend into me being like a mom, me being a cheer mom, like me being a AAU mom, like me just being extra in the aspects that I am is just gonna transpose into like other things. And like
I don't know if we asked you this, Kara, but when you was here last time, but we definitely asked. I think this might have been with Essie and Sydney, but do you have a timeline? Like you're about to be 24. Are you like, yo, I need to get this amount of money by 25 or 26 and a man by 26, or you just like, fuck it, if whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not a timeline at all, just because life is so short and like literally life is so short. And even just with this pandemic and things going on and like I lost one of my best friends like, last year, and it was just I really don't have a timeline. Like, and also I really think that people don't believe that I really am a minimalist. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's hard because I do a lot of extra shit, but like there's not like some level of money that I think that I personally need to attain. 4 years ago, I was like, oh, I need to be like a fucking millionaire. But like honestly, like things that I've been in life and experiences I've had, people I've talked to, my older friends, just being able to read and just being out in the world and seeing the world and things that are different to me and what I think I'm passionate about. I don't have this like grandiose timeline that I have to have things happen. I just want to be healthy, be happy, and like it's hippie, but like it's literally so true. Like hopefully whatever happens, but
so to what extent are you a minimalist? Like what does that mean to you?
So I think I'm not as much as I am right now, but like for the future, like I could literally live in like a small house. I mean, granted, it has to be a certain place, but like I don't need that many things, like especially monetarily. Like I just don't think I'm gonna need so many. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm just minimalist. I could be a minimalist. Like as long as I'm healthy and I'm happy, especially if I'm in love. Like there's not that many things that I'm gonna need to be like, oh, I need to be happy. Like things. Like if I have stability and like things like that, then I'll be okay. But that's just for my own self. I think things change, if you start like reproducing and everything like that. But like, I could totally be a hippie beach bum. Like I literally could be a person who lives on an island or lives in Hawaii and like has like works like a bed and breakfast or like or has a bed and breakfast is just real whatever. Like right now, anyway. That's my 24
you say that now, right?
But like before it wasn't this way. But like even just living in New York and like when I get off the train and like seeing the people and seeing how some people live and like just like really like people say you got to really know yourself, and like when I sit and I reflect and I really know myself, I'm like a lot of things that make me happy is being around people, and like that's usually free. Like that's not like something, you know what I mean, that you need. So that's me right now. So we'll see if it changes. I really hope it doesn't, but Kara X.
Yo, you need
Mother
to take
Kara.
You need to take a picture like that.
Kara and Dullah.
Yeah, I'm finna Photoshop a Hotep hat on me, my friend.
Yo, I almost did that for you today, but I did it for someone else for this cover. But I might still do it if you can find me a picture, because I couldn't decide which picture would be funniest.
We can do all of it. Why don't we all get on Hotep hats? Kente cloth. I told you we're supposed to have our Kentes on right now.
We should have had our Kente. How do you guys actually feel about that? I mean, I didn't want to get deep into it.
That was ridiculous.
How y'all feel about it? Like, why won't they just leave Ghanaian culture alone and not wear Kentes?
I want to know who told them that to go with Kente.
Apparently, it was the Congressional Black Caucus. Like, apparently, they were advised by Black people to do that.
Oh, jeez.
And I think that's... Sorry,
maybe it's one of those things that just doesn't play well on Twitter, but like it's people outside of Twitter just really appreciate it. But people have been roasting them online like all day about it, or the last 2 days about it. So,
what's up? Honestly, do people think about stuff before they like? Especially if you're a public figure, you should know like, how's this gonna look like in the public eye? Because everyone has a voice now, and I know they didn't look at. Just like there's no way. Like even the cop that came out today or yesterday and said like, you guys are treating us like animals and thugs.
Yeah,
I was like,
the NYPD.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
hilarious.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, and the thing that's crazy about that is like, Tyrone walking past just fucked me up. But the thing that's crazy about that is like, bro, like niggas have been called that. Like the media has made the same wave, like made that same thing about black men, that they're animals and thugs, and a lot of these white people are scared of black men. Have never even seen a black man before. So it's like, who cares what the media? Like the media isn't always true. Is basically my whole point.
Oh yeah, well,
it's like why are you even gonna get up here and make it worse for you?
Also, Dwa, about the Kente cloth, did you know there's different colors with different meanings? Because I didn't really know that, and I'm from Ghana.
I did not know that.
Wow, you guys don't know your culture?
For you to say that, for you to embarrass me on this podcast.
Hey, I didn't know it either, bro.
My mom did not teach me that, nor did my father. So,
I should have known. I grew up out there. I'm tripping. I felt bad.
Privileged, clearly.
Y'all got to get some more of that fob energy that y'all lost.
You said
fob energy. Y'all lost y'all fresh off the boat energy.
Oh, okay. These acronyms is fucking me
up. These
acronyms.
Listen, I've never heard it. I've never heard no one pronounce it that way. I've always heard it as FOB. But
that might be it.
FOB is hilarious.
It might be it. No, it was kind of crazy, but I think it shows. It's just a testament of how out of date, some older Black people are, and the conservative Black people that we still have in the Democratic Party, and just that traditional thing that we have, because the Congressional Black Caucus are the ones that are like, oh, let's order this. This will be a good sign of solidarity, which, I stand in solidarity is the new I have Black friends, like as Charlamagne said.
I was about to say that exactly.
Like literally, like, and it was really wild. But it's
Kara X
Pelosi.
With the
No, Kara, I do got a question for you. So earlier you was talking about sending you'd be like, oh my titties look good, let me send a nude or whatever. So I was thinking, do you have a problem with niggas telling you what to wear on certain occasions? Like if you're talking to a nigga and he's like, nah, you can't step out like that, like you gotta wear this or you gotta wear that. How do you feel about that?
That hasn't happened to me since I was like I said, under 21. I mean, it depends. Like I have not been in that situation in like the past 3 years. And it depends. Like if you're literally my boyfriend, like, and you really think, it depends like what, I think it's a fight your battle situation. Like if it's something that, you know, if it's just one time off occasion, like, okay, change, because, you know, relationships are about compromise. But like, if it's, you see it maybe happens early, then you see it keeps happening, and like those red flags of like controlling ass nigga, and that only.
Damn, so that's controlling? You don't think it might be like, hey, like, we going to this business function, like, can you keep your titties
Oh,
in?
well, I mean, like, that's not, it's
like, not always controlling, I don't think.
No, but like I said, like, I have.
If your girl doesn't have awareness, if your girl doesn't have the awareness to not wear that, like, yo, I'm taking you to organ function. Why the hell are you wearing the titty?
That's a whole. That's an entirely different
dating
issue.
her from Rip.
Yeah, that's entirely an issue. Like, you need to put the said person
back to her people.
I mean, it could be the same way. Like, if I ever dated a guy and I guess he was trying to be like hipster and was like I've seen this happen, like on some new age GQ shit. I'm like gonna wear tennis shoes to a wedding with my like sports. I'm like, absolutely not.
That's
like,
definitely
not with me. So I guess it goes both ways. Like,
what you think, Dullah? I see you trying to say something.
Nah, I don't do that. I was gonna ask you, have you ever told a girl what to wear? Like, have you ever done that?
Yeah, only because women have requested for my opinion, though. So like, we'll be going out somewhere and be like, oh, should I wear this or that? And then I'm like, oh, this one's probably better. That is different. I'm not like, nah, don't wear that, take that off. I've never done that. But I've been dating women with awareness, though, like Dwa said.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what
I'm not even getting to that point with a woman if I didn't feel like she had the awareness to know where we at. So and the thing is, I'm also like, I mean, everyone knows I love gassing people. So if she wants to wear whatever, like, I'm gonna gas you. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you should wear that. Like, you know, kill it. I'm gonna make you feel like you're the baddest piece in the world.
Yes, we love it. Yes.
Whether I feel that or not, though, is another. But I will make
you evil world.
No, I've done that before. I've definitely gassed a man up in the DMs, and I just didn't really. Fit was probably weak, or just
the fit was weak,
or it was just like I just wanted to say something. Like I was like, oh, like hard eyes.
Kara, I got a question. This is not on our list. I asked Sarky this earlier this week. Do you have a close friends, and why? Like, if you have,
you asked me this too.
I asked you this. Oh,
you were like, we're gonna talk about it.
Yes. So I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely how our comment started. But I was like, if you have a close friends, when you're adding a guy you're speaking to, is that like like, because you know, to add a close, like someone to your close friends, is you have to literally go and add them to your close friends. So is that a thought you have, or like, is there any significant meaning, is basically my question.
Yeah, I think it depends on like how certain people use their close friends. I know certain people who have like a lot of close friends and they just have it on there because, like, not saying they're gonna put some wild shit, but some people just put other things that they want their close friends to see versus not care for everyone else to see. Or even I've heard that some people put close friends on not necessarily that they don't want everyone else to see it, but they only want certain people to just even respond to it and certain things like that. But I think it depends. Like and also my close friends are adjustable. Like I'll have my group of like 6 guys that I have a crushes on that like, okay, I'll add them my close friends because I'm finna post something that like, okay, I want them to respond to. But then if I put something,
that's the part.
Take them off. And I would literally take them off. Like I literally know which ones I have to take off. Or if I put something on, like you said, how people just be judging and and also within that 6, it splits like the people who really know me, like, okay, they know that she just puts it up. But if it's like a new person that doesn't know me, I'm like, yeah, you got to come off because you're going to think that like this is serious or like you're not going to get the joke. Like, so it fluctuates.
Can you just put one person on close friends? I don't know how it works. I've never done it.
Yeah.
So can you like just trick a nigga to thinking like he's in some close friends, but you really just posting that just for him?
For him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, someone actually said that. Someone literally said that to me, and she was like, "Yo, my best friend has a close friends, and it's literally just her nigga and me." And I was like, "That's crazy." And she said, and she was like, "Yo, she just does that basically to send subliminals. Like, she'll be like, oh, like she didn't use this example, but like let's say she was like, oh, I'm watching a basketball game." That would probably put in his head that she wants to watch a basketball game or like do something of that related. Or maybe she put the Chanel bag on there because she wants the Chanel bag. So maybe that. So there's just levels to this close friendship.
Yeah, it's levels to close friends. Because sometimes, sometimes on close friends, like I'll like clown people. So like they like, and like, so I want people to see that I'm making this joke, so I'm gonna add you or like something. But I definitely take people off, like definitely.
I see. I need to utilize close friends way better.
Yo, I need to too. I apparently, like, I need to start, you know, when because you know I post a lot of memes on Instagram, but to me, Instagram is more so just like my friends follow me or people like friend adjacent. So I'm like, oh, I should do that. But like as Instagram is growing, it's like maybe I shouldn't post all my jokes on Instagram. Because people get fucking offended.
Close friends is fun though, but it's a fun little time.
But you know, let's change gears a little bit. We've had a lot of fun today. 55 minutes in. I don't know what publication did this, but someone spoke to 40, Drake's producer, longtime producer, like from 2006 comeback season. And he said he basically ranked so actually, disclaimer, he went back on this. He was like, that's just how I felt today. He changes it. He says some days nothing was the same as his favorite, but whatever. He ranked it and he said his top 7 Drake projects, not including More Life, because More Life is a playlist. He said So Far Gone 1, Take Care, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Scorpion, Nothing Was the Same, Views, Thank Me Later. So I want to ask you guys, what is
way out of place?
Is that his ranking or is that just the top 7?
His ranking.
No, I didn't check this because he was making it seem like Drake doesn't have more than 7 projects. In my head, I was like, I feel like
he has a lot. Yeah, comeback season and like some other stuff. But I think he's talking about the main.
I don't think comeback season is an album.
Oh, okay. But
this is just albums, and So Far Gone is officially an album as of it being on the Care package. So all those records. So I guess he included So Far Gone. But I want to know, out of those 7 projects, let's not add anything else to it and confuse it. Rank it.
The list, but I agree with him. So Far Gone 1. Take Care for Me is number 2. You know that. Me and you always disagree on that.
That's crazy.
You think Nothing Was the Same as like number 2 or whatever?
No. Take Care is number 2 for me.
Oh, so what's number 1?
Nothing Was the Same is his best project.
You think Nothing Was the Same is better than So Far Gone?
Better than So Far Gone?
I don't even have So Far Gone is 4 for me.
What? Scorpion is last for me. That's for sure.
I mean, Scorpion is last for me. I can say that right now. Take Thank Me Later and Scorpion are 6 and 7. So we can talk about 1 through 5.
I struggle with Views and Nothing Was the Same. That's really like the only debate for me. I just don't know which one's better.
I had this thing with If You're Reading This Is Too Late, where it's like, honestly, I like every song on it, but I don't know what was going on in my life because every single Drake project has something that's going on in my life. Oh my God, my friend. Yeah, so like it doesn't nostalgically, it just doesn't hit for me. But when I listen to it today, that shit is crazy.
It's fire.
Like if someone told me If You're Reading This, It Was Too Late was his best project, I wouldn't even argue with you anymore. I used to, but it's like there's not a miss. There's no miss on it.
He didn't miss. Yeah, there's no miss.
There's literally not a miss.
It's just the fact he didn't write it though. That whole thing.
He didn't write that one song. And
I heard it was like 4.
It was that one song.
It was 10 bands. I think Know Yourself and like 2 others.
10 bands, 50 bands. Wait, who didn't like that one?
No, 10 bands. 10 bands was just a hook. Know Yourself was the record where Drake ain't do nothing on it, like at all. Like it was literally word for word.
And that was the biggest hit off the project. Crazy.
Nah, for me it was. I mean, this nigga's gonna make fun of me, but for me, it was Jungle in the last record.
Okay.
6 p.m. in New York.
6 p.m. in New York. Yeah,
6 p.m. in New York is the craziest records of all time. Like, when Drake puts a time on his records, what was it? 6 p.m., 4 a.m.,
3 p.m. in Calabasas.
9 a.m. in Dallas. Yeah. The Calabasas record is crazy. Like,
right, that's my shit.
Yo, actually, I'm gonna just ask you guys this question because this was kind of like niggas killing me today. I have this whole thing where people of our generation just don't appreciate things. Do you guys think Drake is a top 20 rapper of all time?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys will say for sure.
10,
top 15.
He's top 10. He's top 10.
People put him
in. Now, top 5. You guys gonna say no or yes?
Yes.
Depends what
I think
it's hard not to put him top 5 based on what he like. I get why people would say don't put him there, but
he has to be. He literally has to be.
He's gonna
so is he there anyway. Is he above like Ye and Jay-Z?
Those are the only people who can have an argument.
Because a lot of people put them in the top 5. So I'm just like,
But those are the only two people who have an argument.
People say Pac has an argument. He has a lot of content.
Pac has no argument.
That's why I feel like people. I feel like that's why people confuse like when they just say best rappers versus top hip hop artists versus like your parameters. Because if you're gonna do like rappers, like just you can rap the best. Like okay, you can see why the older
then
rappers,
Drake wouldn't be in there. Yeah.
I honestly think even if you just went, I think even if you just went rappers, like Drake can talk with niggas who just rap.
Yeah, he can too, but I can see why
he
different. People never say the parameters.
I mean, regardless, I think there's a world where people don't even think he's a top 10 rapper.
They just hating, bro.
Yeah, they're hating.
I think that's hate. I think the only people who have a chance to even an argument, and they also hate on Kanye because people say Kanye didn't rap anything.
Right.
So it's like Kanye and Jay-Z. That's it. And Jay-Z versus Drake is literally Jordan versus LeBron. So it's like,
those two are winning.
Studied Drake on every single record they've done together.
He has, and as a Drake fan, Jay-Z has smoked. Like we need to talk about that. He has smoked Drake on every record. I didn't listen to the one on Scorpion because that record is trash.
It was trash. Yeah, that was trash.
I don't know who won that battle, but prior to Scorpion, every single record they were together smoked.
Yeah.
I asked that because I wanted to ask you guys how you felt about Nicki. So I said Nicki is a top,
today.
Nicki is a top 20. Nicki is a top 20 hip hop artist, rapper artist, whatever you want to say, of all time. And the fact that niggas don't put her there is because they hate women, and I'm standing on that hill. Because
that's where you're going.
Because they fucking hate women. Period.
So you say no? And let me finish the point. So there's two reasons why I say that, and I'm not even what do they call it, a barb?
A barb.
I'm not a barb. I actually don't really like her music all that much. But this is the thing: Nicki actually raps. First off, like we need to have that disclaimer. It's not like Nicki.
She's a female Wayne to me. I kind of look at it like that.
We put Lil Wayne in the top 5 too. So it's like
he's top 5. Yeah.
Like,
and that's his daughter. That's his baby.
So that's first off. The fact someone tried to tell me Lil' Kim was better than her, and I was like, they're not even in the same country. They're not on the same planet. Like Lil' Kim just didn't have
way more content than Lil' Kim.
Like that's the thing. I don't know if it's just like we get nostalgic over the 90s, but it's just like it's not a fair convo to talk about Nicki, who women weren't hot for 7 years before Nicki.
10.
I mean, the reason why I say 7 is because Lil' Kim had I wrote an article today. And I did a bunch of Lil' Kim research. Lil' Kim had a platinum album in 2003. So I guess you can say 7 years because Nicki's album came, Pink Friday? That came out 2010. So 7
What about Missy? Wasn't Missy during like...
So the thing, so someone mentioned Missy to me, but I felt like I don't look at Missy as a rapper. And even if you want to put up rap, if you want to put her like rap catalog, it's not even close. I know everyone says everyone wants to say I'm numbers guy, but the thing is numbers have to matter sometimes.
Thank you.
I understand you guys want to say lyrics, but lyrics is objective at the end of the day.
It's different times too, though. People streaming now. It's different. Like if we had streaming during Missy's time, come on, bro. She's doing numbers too. No. So that's the thing. When it came down back then, those people were going diamond back when they were making music. Like niggas don't go diamond anymore. Yeah,
I mean, the argument is that people listen to hip hop more, but the thing is, Nicki transcended 2 generations. Back in 2008, 2009, 2010, when Nicki had her singles, she was, you know what I'm saying, like hip hop was not the number 1 genre. It was getting there. Like not every hip hop, whatever number 1 was number 1 in hip hop was not number 1 on the billboards. So we changed basically like 2014, 2015 when Travis and them started getting hot, when hip hop completely changed. So that's first off. And then second off, Nicki was on a record with Jay-Z, Kanye, and Rick Ross.
And bodied them among
all of them. You say Jay-Z is the best rapper of all time, and Nicki bodied him. So why are we arguing this? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
It's what you said. Niggas hate women, period. Case closed.
Niggas are trying to tell me there's 19 niggas that are better artists. Not if you're gonna say 19 rappers, I can agree with you because you can say 19. Some nigga who raps on your corner could be a better rapper than Nicki.
That's the thing.
That's such a artist catalog, music. Like who's better than Nicki? And name 19 people. I don't understand it.
I can't name 19 people better than Nicki.
I don't know where we're gonna place her, but 19. Someone said L Boogie. I had to listen to the record they were telling me about. Like that's just disrespectful to Nicki, and you just hate women. And that's just
disrespect Nick, bro. And Nick and it's just different. And Nick just do something different to the girls. Like even if y'all been around y'all girls, like that's why I even hated when people started like a Cardi B conversation or whatever. It's like how can you bring like. It's just when you rap Nicki, I'm a woman. So as a woman, when you just rap Nick versus when you rap somebody else, it's a whole different type of just persona. Like like you get in, like it's just different. Like
and that's actually a point because when I was typing my article, my sisters who are big Nicki fans, we were just listening to Nicki records, and the fact that they could spit every line, like say like with the voice inflections, like everything.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm Nicki created her own sound within rap. Like we never give people credit for that, and I don't know if it's nostalgic, but we need it. Like I didn't understand it. Someone said L Boogie to me.
L Boogie, yeah, that's disrespectful.
And I don't care if L Boogie was the first woman to rap. I understand we open doors, and I mean that's Lauryn Hill, but come on. I mean Lauryn Hill, what? She don't even show up to her shows.
She's waiting on her reparations.
She's great, but not enough content for Nicki.
She's waiting on her reparations.
I've been in her crib before, so let me not even be rude.
Okay.
You have?
Connect.
Wait, please
my sisters are friends with her sister, and Tyrone's sister's probably there. She went to Columbia, but that's off topic. Dang, where we at? Thank you for letting me rant because people were killing me on Twitter. Yo, Caesar, make sure you clip that for us. Kara was the only one who had my back on that.
Got you.
Kara's really a star on Twitter. Like we need to talk.
I sent you.
Go ahead, Kara.
I DM'd you that thing we were just talking about. My letter.
Oh, you DM'd me?
Yeah.
Wait, before we get to that real quick, Kara, I saw you put something up about Yachty and his album during the protest.
Oh yeah, I was like,
are you a Yachty fan?
I'm a little Yachty fan on the type of just like I like weird niggas. Like I've always liked weird niggas, and I always like niggas that don't have to do. And this nigga got the Sprite deal, the Nautica deal. Like I respect that shit.
Dead trash. That's why I think he's so trash.
I definitely think niggas think he's trash, but I'm not saying I like Yachty for like rapping, but he's weird. He's cool. He made his own, type of look. He got all these deals. Like Yachty's face for a minute was a lot of money to these.
A lot of that shit is QC being the greatest manager of all time.
Right.
Because like the thing is, nobody cares about Yachty anymore. And the thing is, people actually who are Yachty fans were saying this was Yachty's best album of all time. People legit said that, and they were like trying to sell me to listen to it. And the thing is,
he only sold 32K, probably because of the protests and everything.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
just to put that in like reference, like I'm pretty sure like Joe Budden did like 35K on Rage the Machine. So and Joe Budden had like at that time was just like Joe Budden. And Wale did 36, and we all hate Wale. Wale needs to stop doubling down.
Stop.
And I love Wale. Like Wale's actually, and I know Sarky hates Wale, but Wale's literally.
I'm starting to listen to him.
Wale in my personal rappers of my lifetime, I'll put Wale in that top 20 for personal. Don't try to skew my thing. Be like, oh, Dwa thinks Wale's here because Wale can out rap all the niggas who people say rap. I hate rap.
True.
I hate rap.
That's real.
So,
Dwa's an R&B ass nigga.
I listen to R&B and Afrobeats. That's it.
Y'all love
I'll listen to country music before I listen to rap because y'all try to tell me that like the niggas who are the toughest niggas are just the niggas who created the first format. Rap. Honestly, rap fans are conservatives. Like they don't like change. They're like, yo, we rap like this in 1989. Y'all gotta rap like this in 2020. Y'all can't tell me like rappers like Future aren't better than some of these niggas who have like LL. Let me not say LL Cool J because I like LL Cool J.
Yo,
honestly, did y'all see the LL Cool J guitar in the girl's leg? Like that was the most in Headsprung. That was the most nuts thing of the week. I don't know why we didn't have that on the list. Dang, Kev's not. Yo, Ty, you
wait?
Good?
Do you have Carrie's letter? You want to read it to us?
Y'all niggas Y'all niggas want me to read. Okay, can you read it?
Okay, but you have to preface this that I was having a panic attack while I was writing this letter.
All right, can you read it for us? Because
I think it's funny if you read it.
Right, can you read
how long is it?
No, just read the first tweet. Just read the first paragraph at this point because
I don't have it, Dwa. How can I read it?
Oh, hold on. Let me hear
paragraph. And yeah, so I'm that kid who used to get nervous when you read in class. So
are you not? Oh,
don't make fun of me.
New Jersey public schools.
I was in public school to high school. Please do not make fun of North Jersey public schools.
Wait, Sarky, are you not on? You are on Twitter, right?
Yes,
I'm on Twitter. I think you sent it on the gram.
Oh no,
I just got it.
You gonna read
this
it?
Shit kind of long.
That's why I say you might not have to read it. That's why I said only read the.
Okay.
Don't read what I DM'd you.
I'm gonna try and read your handwriting.
No, don't read the one I DM'd you.
Oh.
Because that's the long one. Here, Drew's like the top one in front of it because it's hilarious. But I don't know if you can read my handwriting because it's really bad.
Okay. First
Actually,
person.
do you really want to read this right now? I just don't really know if it's like.
I don't know. Let's see what it says. First person that lets see me like that. I want to forget all about the road trips or laughs and cuddles or intimate moments because, man, if I don't remember they exist, I won't constantly be thinking about how much I am missing and the empty hole in my heart. Damn, I feel bad laughing about this shit.
No, it's hilarious. That's why I tweeted it.
So I'm sorry I'm acting like this, but it is.
Crying.
But it is what happens when you're in love with someone. Damn, you were in love as hell. Shit. And that's all I'm gonna read.
No, you didn't get to the funny part about the My Player on 2K.
Oh, that's towards the end. All right. I just keep thinking, did you eat Chipotle today, or did you eat any tacos?
What?
Because I know you love tacos. Or have you bought any new socks or comfy underwear? For your 2K player is doing what?
Oh, she asked about the 2K player.
I was hurt.
Or if you're buying any new winter clothes, you look really good in winter clothes.
That's good enough.
You had to be like 14
hurt.
when you wrote this.
Huh?
You had to be like 14 when you wrote this. Please tell me.
How old were you?
Like 19, 20.
Come on.
I was having a mental breakdown.
It's cute and all, but I've never gotten a letter like that. And
I mean, he never got it either.
Women listening,
didn't take it.
please. Oh yeah, he didn't take
about 2K, dude. Like she really loved him. She talked to him.
I really love that nigga.
Like damn.
I put in because niggas was really mad at they 2K player when that shit first came out. Like niggas.
Does this nigga hit you up now? Like, seeing how you doing? Little check-ins. Does this nigga?
Oh yeah,
does
he check in?
No, absolutely. I've been blocked for 3 years. Like it wasn't. Like I'm saying, like I don't like every time.
Oh, he hates your guts.
Like it's blocked.
You have to have fucked his friend.
Why does he hate you?
No, I swear to God, I swear.
Did you steal from him?
Like, huh?
What you do?
Niggas only care about money and women, so it's either you stole from him or you did something with his friend.
No, none of that. Like, I think I'm not like on no funny shit. Like, I really think it was like a like you know when like a man isn't right with himself, like self-hate type situation, and like it comes out to you. Like niggas was just not happy with themselves, and I was I'm happy with myself. Like I love my flaws. I love that I talk. I love that I don't say that. Like I love me. So I feel like it just came out, and niggas internally hated me, and like, you know, all like people like me. Like
this literally sounds like, because women like I don't say women logic, but women think about like process things differently than men. I don't even think he thought that deep into it. There had to have been.
No, I'm telling you.
There's always a moment in a nigga's head where it's like, fuck her.
Yeah, where he just checks out.
A woman can do so much bullshit, but then there's always that moment where he was like, fuck her, I'm never talking to her again. And you might not even know what the moment is.
You might not know.
But there is a moment that you did something.
It could have been you standing on the couch or some shit.
It could have been like, something small.
I'm sick of this shit.
You could have dropped a spoon in the nigga's crib, and he was just like,
That's it.
Who knows? Maybe, but
this is a dub.
But even that, or like either like people like I don't know, like I'm telling you, like it is a complete cut off always situation. Like even the person I told you ghost me, like I unfollowed them. Apparently that was like a really bad thing to do, and then like cut. Like it was just a lot.
Kara X with this X. Dang, we don't got no news today. You want to talk about?
We got news.
Marcus, no news.
Kevin's our news guy. We need a pre-production meeting.
News. Marcus with the news.
Yo, honestly, Kevin actually has nothing in here. He said, I'll do it because I know Marcus did not open up the one though. Marcus isn't even here with us today. He said George Floyd was laid to rest in a ceremony in Houston.
This nigga got.
You said what?
I swear. How many funerals he got? Like I swear
he's
he was
going
getting
out
laid
like
to
a
rest.
king. He had 3 memorial services.
Ah, that makes sense. Because every day I'm like, damn, I thought we buried him.
I know Al Sharpton did the one in Houston.
Okay.
But in Minneapolis.
He did both?
That's weird.
Oh, okay.
You know Al Sharpton gonna show up to a funeral.
Actually, I have a question for y'all. Because we got a couple minutes before we get into the Kev questions. Who is the just even give me the top 3. Who are the go-to top 3 niggas other than Kara X for the culture? Like, you know, we grew up, there was like Al Sharpton, we had Jessie Jackson. Who else we had growing up? I can't think of anyone else. But we had niggas that we knew when some shit happened with the culture, those niggas was gonna speak. I think it got to the point where Al Sharpton just had to come out of retirement because we didn't have
There's no one else now, yeah.
So who is that person for the black community to speak? I know we don't trust D-Ray. We don't trust.
Are we going to go with John Boyega?
I don't trust Malcolm Hill, Lamont.
Not John Boyega. That's funny.
You don't trust Mark Lamont?
Nigga was on the front lines doing some shit.
I know he's a Temple teacher, but that nigga just something about him. I seen him courtside. He's not for the people.
I mean, I don't think Al Sharpton ever left because I think in that situation, like Al Sharpton is, you know, he's a preacher, like as well, right? Like, I don't think a reference. I don't think like
he made a comment during the thing I feel like he made. I really wish.
Yeah, he said it. He was like, I've been at a lot of funerals. He's been at all of them. He's done all of them because it's like he's kind of the most like noted.
That was the most scary thing ever. Yo, I would have punched.
I thought you was about to get clipped.
Yo. That was right. Yo, for everyone who's listening to Spotify right now, like just watch YouTube because that moment was that made the quarantine right there. Continue, Kara.
I think Al never left. I just don't think Al ever left. And I think when it comes to new people, I think it's just kind of different because like and I don't think people are looking for celebrities to say things.
Definitely
I think celebrities, like I don't look for celebrities to say, you know, profound things about racial inequality. I look for them to say something though. There's a difference. And then also I think
why
platform.
Yeah,
platform. Period. Like point blank. Period. Like, but you're not gonna just not use your 48 million followers. Like no, like fuck that. Like,
no, this is the thing. Like the people who used, like I know people have been killing Kendrick and J. Cole because they didn't use their platform, and I know they went to the protest. I think both of them. If the only thing that Kendrick and J. Cole did was pull up to a protest, that's nuts to me because I pulled up to multiple protests, and they've made a whole career off being woke. I have not. So honestly, if that's all they did, they should be ashamed of themselves. But I'm not here to be like, yo, J. Cole and Kendrick need to speak because this is a whole situation like that has gone on for 400 years where systematic oppression. It's just like y'all, your platform, people are very aware of the situation already. So it's like, it's not awareness. Colin Kaepernick gave awareness to the whole situation. No one cared until yesterday, where not the NFL cares for whatever reason. But Kendrick, J. Cole, they should be the ones to lead the forefront. I know Jay-Z is leading it now.
Bill Cosby even trying some shit from jail.
Bill Cosby's trying from jail. He's a nasty man.
That's why I think it's like a difference because I didn't really see anything too much about Kendrick and J. Cole because like they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But I think it's a situation where the difference between like last times is like J. Cole and Kendrick rap they have the police brutality, sentiments in their raps. Like this time, why there's Black Lives Matter on Apple Music or everything is because not just those conscious rappers or those people that you already know you're going to get to that, put it out there. It's like those people who only have fucking white kids at their shows, or these people who are only connected to in these white spaces. Like, and the awareness thing about like, oh, everyone's aware. Everyone's not that much aware. Like the amount of white people who reached out, who just said like, I just don't know what to say or know what to do. And at the end of the
That's
day,
a different conversation though.
Huh?
That's a different conversation.
Yeah, but also just like putting things in front of their faces. Like you have to also realize like there's white people, right? Say that they don't have a Twitter. Say it's just a white girl, a white guy, just has Instagram. All they follow is other white people just like them. They could, and say they don't watch the news. They could potentially like that George Floyd shit could have literally never even came into their situation for a couple of days because none of their people in their circle gave a fuck, or the people that they follow posted it. Like some white people literally live a completely different life.
But those people would have seen the J. Cole or Kendrick post.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not the J. Cole, Kendrick. That's why I didn't see that many people talking about J. Cole and Kendrick. It was more people talking about Travis Scott or talking about, Ellen DeGeneres or like certain things like that. It's like the white people who have access to all these white spaces. It's like, what else are you here for at this point?
So, I mean, I don't want to get into a whole woke talk at this point of the podcast, but it's like, what do you want? What do you want these people to do? Like, are we just want them to donate money? Do you want them to be the people on the front lines? Like, what do you want them to do? Kara X, like, what do you want? Like, what is it?
No, I definitely don't want like.
Other than
Other
than them sending out a tweet, like, what do you guys want from? Like, I'm not even gonna say Kendrick. Like, who's a person who's not really.
I mean, I'm just gonna agree.
Do we want to hear from Beyonce?
Like Beyonce put out 2 videos. Like,
yeah, but I'm not even gonna talk about Beyonce, Kendrick, or like Beyonce, Jay, like even Kim. Like these people, like I personally knew like when this issue was happening, they're doing something. Like I know that they're just doing something behind the scenes or whatever with like their money. Like, but I'm just talking about even like these B-list, C-list, D-list entertainers, people who have a platform. Like I'm not saying I want you to do. Yeah, we want your money. Point blank period. We want your money. We always want your money. Money is green. Whether I really don't care if you tell me you donate or you don't. Money is green. We need it. But 2, we need you to put it out there into the people so people don't forget. Like I do think if you have 48 million, 3 million, that like those numbers are literally so important nowadays. Like every single person has an Apple iPhone, like almost, or like people are on their phones, like people are using this. So I do want those people to.
So, but my question to you is though, where's the impact? Kanye dropped 2 M's. Who's feeling it?
The people who are going.
I'm feeling because he's doing a college tuition fund.
I mean, apart from the George Floyd's daughter, but he did that, and then he also just dropped 2 M's to a Black Lives Matter affiliate. So I want to know who's feeling that. Like, where does that money go? And this is just me just asking because I donated money. I donate money to Black Lives Matter, and I'm also donating money to a bail fund. So I know with the bail fund, I know niggas is getting bailed out. So I know where the money goes with that. But I'm saying, what are you saying? What, like, I'm donating to Black Lives Matter. What does that mean?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you donate to something you don't know what that means? Like, that's a whole other issue. Like, we like, don't donate blindly.
But I'm saying that's what the celebrities are doing. Like, niggas are like, yo, donate to this.
Donate anything, yeah.
I'm donating to this for a headline. So it's like, at the end of the day, you can donate $2 million. Who cares? If you don't even, like, you probably don't even know what it is. You're not passionate. The thing is, if you're not passionate about something, what's the point?
No, like, you're really not gonna. I get what's the point, but also we like money makes everything go around. So maybe if that person that is as passionate, or people talk about Drake not being that passionate or whatever, like your money is still needed in a lot of places. Like these programs need things to organize, pay people to organize. Like organizing and community service and being an activist is a thankless job at the end of the day. So all of these things and the money that people need, and we need the money to do what we can do and what we need to do. So I personally always am like, please, give your money away, but please make sure you give it to the right people and the right organizations and things like that.
Don't give it to change.org. That's not the one, because they keep the money for themselves.
Yeah, they do pocket a fee,
Yeah.
That's crazy. But claps. I'm about to get into Kat's question. Shout out to that convo. So Kev asked 2 questions of us this week. Kev tried to log into Zoom. He's canceled. His first question is, what should be the cutoff age for being a bartender? I don't know why he asked this question, but
45, 44 for men. For women, damn, let me not say this.
This is something wild, isn't it?
He was about to get into a sick bag. Like, why do you
say 25?
Stay with your chest.
What are you gonna say, Simon?
Mr. Misogynor.
Yo, you just set yourself up.
Mr. Aegis.
Yeah, I set myself up crazy. But 44 for men, and for women, you know, as long as you can go.
I mean, it depends. Honestly, for me, it depends what kind of spot it is. Like, I don't.
What type of bar? Is it a
I don't want to see at the bar at One Oak at like 40. What are you doing? Go somewhere else.
Real good.
If you're at some like, you know, some chill shit, like, you know, they don't get. It's not a packed place. They don't play loud music. You know, some regular shit. You can do that shit until whenever. I really don't. There's no real age limit on that. But
yeah, like if it's a neighborhood dive bar.
Yeah, if it's some dive bar.
Like a neighborhood dive bar, then I want somebody that knows my drink. I want an older person.
Yeah,
I could just chill, maybe have a conversation.
Yeah, depends on the bar.
His other question was, in your life, who would you say had the biggest impact on the world? His example was Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, but just who do you think in your lifetime moved the needle the most?
There's a few people. There's a few people, and I'll say it's like.
The answer is very simple, by the way. I'll let y'all go first. I can't hear you, Sarky.
Do you want to say impacted positively or just people that or things that really?
You can do positive or negative, either or.
Donald Trump impacted 100%.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Impactful things, Donald Trump.
Good.
I feel like it's so much. I think it's so easier to do events too.
I don't think Donald Trump impacted the world that much.
Are you living under a rock, bro?
What?
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I think everything that's going, like, we killed Donald Trump for, you know, being racist or whatever, but the only difference between Donald Trump to me and George Bush is that he's open about it. There's really no difference to me. He's literally just. I mean, if you want to, actually, you might even say Donald Trump has had a positive effect on the world because he's shown the white people's agenda without politics. Because these same white niggas who was voting for George Bush and all the other white presidents, I'll stand on that hill by myself. But it's just like all these other people, all the previous presidents. People always say Donald Trump is the worst president of all time, but there's been presidents who allowed slavery. How does that statement even make sense? So it's just like, I'm not even trying to step up for Donald Trump, but at the end of the day, is if you want to say his main impact was he showed where the line in the sand was. He showed where, the people who have the Confederate flags and the people who have the Trump flags, we already know what their agenda is. Stay away from those guys. You know, like, that's where I see his impact. It basically mainly is, but at the end of the day, I can't say that he had a bigger impact than Obama, and Obama might have not made a big impact. He might have not made a big impact politically because they vetoed everything that he did and they didn't let him do everything that he wanted to do. But at the end of the day, I think in 2008 and 2012, that definitely let Black people know that they can operate in America. So no matter what Obama did politically, he gave Black people hope. And this is coming from somebody who even was like, Obama really, like, he did a lot for Black people, but there's certain things he could have did more. But at the end of the day, he let Black people know we can make it in America. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely think that that's the case too. But I think still even with Obama, of course, him being Black was monumental, groundbreaking. Like, I remember exactly where I was when he was elected. But even every single president up to Donald Trump has been presidential. That's the other thing that I want people to understand. Like, I'm like, yeah, I literally think Ronald Reagan was more evil, like more evil than Donald Trump. But even like Ronald Reagan was presidential. Like, every president at least was presidential. Did presidential things.
That's statement right there, though, Kara, is when you're saying presidential, that determines what we look at as presidential. So,
and that's what I'm saying.
Back in the 80s, whiteness was allowed.
Everything we switched, huh? What'd you say?
back in the 80s when Ronald Reagan was putting crack in like Baltimore and shit, like people were riding for that. Like black people to have the voice that we have now. So if Donald Trump was putting crack in any city right now, like people would be like, yo, this nigga is really wild. He's not doing that. He's doing a lot of wild shit. But Ronald, I don't understand what the difference is between Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump. The only difference is black people have more voices. Black people are more intelligent. Black people have more awareness. Black people can do more now. But Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump are both two niggas who were, you know, celebrities and they became president. And they pushed the right agenda.
Yeah, I'm saying they're both very evil people, but like you said, how Donald Trump isn't necessarily putting crack, but Donald Trump is putting propaganda. He's putting other things into people's mind. And also, you have to realize Ronald Reagan was 20-something years ago. So, like
30, 40.
30, yeah, oh my gosh. Like 30-something freaking years ago.
40 years ago.
The fact that it's up here now, and like you said, like everything presidentially, and being an evil person is part of being presidential, but like Donald Trump has literally changed what it means to be a president in America. Like, but he's not even a Republican. He's literally not a Republican.
I think that's just so. I honestly think, like, I understand exactly what you're saying, Kara X, but it's just like I think it's just social media. Like, it's just literally like the only difference between Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan is literally Ronald Reagan couldn't tweet, but he had these wild ass thoughts. Like, even if you go to the 90s, if George Bush could get off the shit that he was doing when he was blowing niggas up, like, we would not know. Like, it's just literally the world is different and we have access to all of our leaders, quote unquote. So it's just
I think
Donald Trump is just unfiltered just like every other white guy.
That's what I'm saying.
And Marcus is a political nigga, so he's going to have a whole political take. But at the end of the day, it's just like, how are you going to say Donald Trump is worse than fucking George Washington when George Washington had slaves? Like,
I mean, we didn't say worse. I didn't say worse. It's the way that he operates and goes about things.
Exactly. So given where we're at in the game right now, given the rules of the game, the fact that he continues to operate this way, and the fact that he's trying to make the game like his people. Because at the end of the day, America right now, we're stripping their culture. And I know it's like that's a crazy statement to people, but to white people who are these racist niggas, and you've seen your people build this whole country up to what it is. Like Clemson right now, where Clemson is built on a slave owner's plantation, and niggas is about to pull that. Like, if I'm a white person and that's my grandfather, I'm like, damn, you're taking my whole culture away. And that's how white people feel, and fuck them. I don't care how they feel. But at the end of the day, you can't tell me that a nigga with slaves is worse than Donald Trump is worse than a nigga who had slaves, because he was pushing the agenda to create the country, the foundation of this country. And that's I don't know about that. I think the fact that he's brought back a lot of the elements that we thought that we were moving away from also too makes it seem like he's negatively impacted the world. Again, he's brought back Nazis. Nazis were there, but he's brought them back full force. He's brought back a lot of elements that we thought we had moved past and kind of progressed past. He's brought them all back into
You think he brought them back, or he just gave them a voice?
Yes, brought them back by giving them a voice. I think he
brought them back by giving them a voice. That's what happened.
By putting the propaganda out there in the world.
By making it okay to be a Nazi. By making it okay to espouse these views. That's how we got it.
They were always there. Like,
but they weren't as loud though. Again, he gave them a voice. He gave them a platform to say, okay, what you guys are doing is not bad. You guys are fine people too. You guys just happen to hate. You guys just happen to feel very strongly about whatever you feel about.
That's just social media though.
It's not just social media, man. That's real. All right.
It's in person at his rallies.
I don't even want to
being in Montgomery is real. That's not social
media. I don't even want to bring up the statement that I want to bring up, and I'll bring it up when we stop recording. But at the end of the day, those niggas have always been present. Those niggas have always been present in our police forces. The only difference now is we know who those niggas are. And that's better than them niggas hiding behind some political shit that y'all niggas believe in. I don't believe in that political shit that niggas believe in. We need to tear down the whole fucking system, because the system was not made for black people. People always say that black people are the fault. Like, oh, black people, you don't do this, this, and this. I have made it in life because I have followed the system. But niggas don't have that same opportunity as me. The system is flawed. Rip down politics. The Democrats and Republicans are some bullshit ass niggas. And that's it. Give me a third party. I'm voting for mine.
Independent.
Yikes.
Bro, AOC, I'm voting for you. You can say yikes all you want, but those niggas ain't doing nothing for you.
Trump is a third party.
Like, And honestly, and this is gonna be our last podcast for a while. We only got 2 minutes, but I like those crazy ass niggas, rich black people. They always say like, "What have the Democrats done for you?" They're saying some real shit, but at the end of the day, the Republicans are doing worse for us. So why are we fucking with them? The Democrats at least, and that's the reason I always vote Democrat, is because they at least care a little bit. So I'll fuck with them before I fuck with, Donald and all them niggas. But at the end of the day, it's
Donald Trump is not a Republican. They have to keep reiterating that.
He doesn't believe in politics.
Huh?
Donald Trump doesn't even believe in politics.
Yeah,
I think he's a dictator.
He's a Trumpian.
Like, he's just here to talk shit. But you guys have anything else to say on this topic?
Nah.
No, Marcus is probably sick. Y'all make sure y'all listen to Marcus and Kev's political podcast where they talk about the system and shit. I'll come out. I hope I get an invite there so I can talk about how all that shit is fake news.
We'll definitely bring you on.
Me too. I want to come.
Have Kara X there, the voice of the
sign you up too.
But yeah, this is episode 67 of the What You Expect podcast. Let me do claps.
Mandela.
This might be the last time we are potting on Zoom. We might have a new name when we come back. We might have a whole new platform. You don't know what's going to happen. But the next time we come back, we will be in person. We'll be doing something completely different. I want to thank everybody who has built up our platform, built up our brand, fucked with our website. Shout out to everyone who built the website. Shout out to Marcus, John, Sarky, Dullah, literally everyone, Kev, everyone, who's helped build this platform.
Caesar
for over a year. Caesar for making the clips. Shout out to Obama for being the first black president. I just have to throw that out there.
He's random shout outs.
Shout outs. You remember I used to always do shout outs, me and John, and then shout outs to Kara X for, pulling up on our platform. Fellas, I know a lot of fellas is going to listen to this because Kara is retweeting it. Please buy her a bag. Her birthday is June 24th.
You got 2 weeks.
You got 2 weeks. Save your check. Buy Kara X the Chanel, the big Chanel.
No, I can't buy Chanel. It's not black owned.
Oh, wait. So
what's the black owned bag?
I gotta research it.
I was gonna say,
you don't want the black owned bag. Kara X is really in this. Like she's.
I really don't fuck with anything white people, and when it comes to like money, like no.
Get her a kente cloth bag.
Get her a kente cloth bag. My cousin actually makes bags, so if you guys need a link, I will drop it in the bottom of our post. Shout out to Tyrone for being the bag. We're out of here.
Fuck off.
Last time we hearing that too.
Whoa, this thing is heavy.
Whoa.
We gotta go up. Yeah.
What you expect? Told you I wanted, I got it for less. Niggas be talking, I came to collect. Never forgiven, I never forget. Shaking my hand, but they feeling the threat. Take the advance, but I'll take the percent. Locked in the lab and you see the effects. They post on my stories, they get some respect. What you expect? Everything about a check. See me take up on the jet.